Alright everyone, welcome back. In my last video I talked about and gave evidence for the likelihood the Division Heartland would be coming out very soon, and by soon I mean before April. Now that has slightly changed, which I'll get to towards the end of the video. I do stand by the fact that I think the game will come out very soon, and I found even more evidence that's only just kind of surfaced to support the imminent release of the Division Heartland. Also, this could be your opportunity to test the game before launch as well, which we'll get into. Drop a like and subscribe to stay up to date with all my videos, and let's begin. So far then, there have been a number of closed tests on both PlayStation and Xbox consoles over the past couple of months, if the posts on Twitter are to be believed. These updates have included patch notes regarding stability found on patch websites, and Redstorm, developer of the Division Heartland, have recently opened a new job position titled Build Release Engineer. This job is basically needed to ensure the game runs smoothly with server maintenances and etc. And from what I can tell, is ideally needed when developing a new game for release. This would tie into the speculation of the Division Heartland coming out soon, especially when you consider that a Ubisoft earnings report from May of last year confirmed it will be released before the end of the fiscal year 2022, which is the end of March of this year. So that's what I discussed in my last video, but since then a few other things have come out that I think are important and do support the fact that the game will be coming out very soon. Firstly, on January 13th, from the Twitter account PSN Releases, an account that sends notifications about new PlayStation game releases and updates, posted this tweet. As you can see, it says, the game Tom Clancy's Division Heartland with ID CUSA 27615 has been added to the PS4 European PSN. This is a number of several tweets over the last couple of months talking about updates or the game being added to different networks or different regions. This is the first time it mentions the European PSN, which suggests Redstorm are broadening the availability of the game on PlayStation. This further reinforces the idea that Heartland is really not that far away now. To add even more to this, 4 days ago on January 13th as well, Redstorm tweeted this. As you can see, they are calling for remote playtesters across the USA, and there's a link in the tweet if you wish to sign up. I'd highly recommend anyone who's from the US and thinks they can really make a difference to sign up and help Redstorm out. I'm not from the US, otherwise I would, but we want people going in there and giving as much feedback as possible, because ultimately we want the best game possible. I know the tweet doesn't actually say it's for Heartland, but I can't think of anything else that it could be. I don't think Redstorm are really working on anything else aside from a VR game, I believe. Again, I just think this is another example on top of the many examples that I put in last Tuesday's video that shows the Division Heartlands is getting close to release. To bring the speculation under control a little bit about an imminent release, I said in my video last Tuesday the Division Heartland should release before the end of this fiscal year, which is March 2022, and I provided evidence from an earnings report of May of last year. However, I've found conflicting information since then that I may have forgotten about and I may have even covered before. This comes from Twitter account Daniel Ahmed in a tweet from October last year, and they said, Ubisoft confirmed today the Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time remake, Rocksmith Plus and Tom Clancy's Division Heartland will be released between April 2022 and March 2023. Now, I did go out of my way to find the source material for this, and it's absolutely true. Also, this Twitter account is very reliable and only really tweets about officially confirmed news within the games industry. Now, this isn't official in the sense that Ubisoft have confirmed it out loud on social media, but they have confirmed it in an earnings report of October last year. And it says on that Heartland will be released between 2022 and 2023. So that's April 2022 to 23, March 23 fiscal year. So there you have it. This is a delay to Heartlands, as it was previously reported in May of 2021 earnings reports to be coming out between 2021 and 22 fiscal year, as you will see on screen from the earnings report. Regardless, I still think Heartland will be coming out soon. I do think it will be early April, especially because if they're opening up availability, they're broadening their availability across different continents, Europe and all that sort of stuff on different consoles, and now they're asking players to come in and test it. I think it's a matter of months. I'm going to say it's probably going to be, I would say at this point now, I would say May time. It really will depend, I guess, on what comes back from the testing. It could be much longer than that. It may even be shorter than that. It may even be an April release. But it will be soon, guys. We won't have to wait that much longer. So that is kind of good news. Whenever I see anything related to the Division Heartland, I immediately want to jump on it, get out to you guys. But also, it just builds the excitement in me. I have to admit, I think I'm way more excited about Heartlands than I am about the Division 2's new content at this stage. Possibly because I think Heartlands might come out before the new content, but mainly because I played a lot of PvP in the Division, with most of my time kind of playing Last Stand. As the game was coming towards its end, I played Last Stand, it must have been daily, and for any of you guys who watched me back then, you will know how much I played it, especially other content creators who I played with or against. If I could, I'd go back and play Heartland again. Not Heartland, Last Stand even more. But I've tried many times, and there is simply no one playing Last Stand anymore, at least not on Xbox. The Division 2 did nail the PvE aspect for me, but the PvP in this game is so poor. I've tried many times to go back into the Dark Zone or play Conflict or whatever, but never ever do I enjoy myself at all. It's almost impossible to get away from the many bugs, the balancing issues and broken stuff in PvP, and it really has just left a real sour taste for me. So having a new game that's in the Division universe that has been very much built with PvP in mind, that does excite me, as it does for many players. Also, this is just Red Storm on their own, right? So I'm not anticipating much in terms of PvE, because Red Storm primarily work on PvP stuff, as they have done with the Division 1 and as they did with the Division 2 initially. Obviously, with Division 2, they got dropped after about a year, which is why we've had no PvP content in the Division 2 for 2-3 years, and we're not going to be getting any more in the future. We're just going to be getting balancing and stuff, which may help out the PvP experience. But the fact that Red Storm are working on it and that's what they do is PvP, again, that does have me very, very excited. I've seen players who gave up on the Division a long time ago tweet about their excitement for Heartlands. There is still a large audience there who are just kind of waiting for a great game. You can see that in the amount of views that even content creators get. Even people like who make build videos, which you wouldn't think would get a lot of views if there wasn't many people playing the game. But, people like Marker Blades and other people, they still get lots of views, 30,000 views plus per video. And so you can still see there is definitely an audience there. I mean, I had a video recently, last week, I believe, that got 6,000 views. And I'm pretty sure there's not that many people actually playing the game as of right now. But there's a lot of people that are still waiting for something to happen. A lot of people waiting in the wings, and I think Heartlands might be able to deliver on that. I firmly believe that Red Storm can deliver, but the game will need as many people testing it as possible to ensure it's not broken and it's not buggy at launch, as is the case with many new games these days. Also, it's free to play, which is a good thing in many ways, but also not. I hope Red Storm have really nailed the anti-cheat, because that's another huge problem that destroys free-to-play games. I mean, we've had a cheating problem in the Division 1 and the Division 2, not to the extent really so much as other games, but we still have had a cheating problem on PC and stuff. Even on consoles, there's been kind of a cheating problem. When you've got a free-to-play game that's going to bring in a lot of players, especially initially, and there's no kind of barrier to entry, then the anti-cheat has to be nailed on. Otherwise, cheaters are going to run rampant, the same way they have done with Warzone and other popular free-to-play games. But that's it, guys. Thanks very much for watching. As I said, I do believe Heartlands will be coming out, I would say maximum of 6 months, although I think it will be a lot sooner than that. Do I think it will come out before the Division 2's new content? I actually think they might come out around a similar kind of time. I think they might be maybe a week apart, maybe even a day apart. I do feel like there's going to be some kind of strategy in terms of when one comes out and when the other one comes out. So yeah, I think they'll be close together. I'm excited for both, I'll be honest with you, but I am more excited for Heartlands, and the more info I'm reading about Heartlands in terms of stuff coming out and all these little bit of tidbits of news has me very excited. It's something that we're not getting for the Division 2 new content. We had the intelligence annex, which is cool, but now we're kind of we're in that place where we've heard nothing now for a while, and we're not going to get an intelligence annex this month. I don't anticipate we'll get one next month. I don't think we're going to get our next one until maybe March. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this one, and if you did, drop a like on the video, subscribe to stay up to date with all my videos, turn notifications on, that way you won't miss a video. Until the next one, epic out.